Confident Angela stole Lisa's ID and ticket, expecting an easy interview due to a claimed connection with Director Shaw. Panicked, Lisa was turned away, but I intervened, using my professorship to get Lisa an interview. Despite this, Lisa looked defeated, while Angela gloated. I left, promising to return for the results. Will Angela's trickery work? Will Lisa still get in? What will I do to Angela? Will Director Shaw favor Angela? The process was straightforward, if a bit bureaucratic. As the newest professor at the New York University School of Medicine, Tina York had been part of the panel of examiners. When it was Lisa's turn, Tina had deliberately posed some challenging questions, hoping to unsettle her. And it had worked. Lisa's initial composure had crumbled under the pressure. However, Lisa's proposed research topic, the repair of cranial nerve damage, was a refreshing departure from the usual, almost daring in its ambition. After her interview, the 4 examiners debated her suitability, their opinions sharply divided. Some of the teachers, pragmatic and experienced, argued, while her interview performance wasn't stellar, her written exam results are impressive. Those can compensate. We can always guide her towards a more manageable research area. Tina, her voice laced with disdain, countered, the qualities of a surgeon are meticulousness and unwavering composure. She lost her ID card, her admission ticket, and her answers were disorganized. She clearly panicked. This girl lacks the necessary mental fortitude. Another teacher, his expression thoughtful, disagreed. I see it differently. Despite the setbacks, she managed to articulate her ideas and complete the interview. That demonstrates a resilience we shouldn't dismiss. Yes, a third teacher chimed in. I think Director Shaw would be inclined to agree. Tina, sensing the tide turning against her, relented, her tone grudging. Then, I suppose we'll let her pass. She knew, as did everyone else, that passing the interview didn't guarantee admission to the graduate program. The ultimate decision rested with the professors, who would select their preferred candidates based on the interview reports. Tina, in her role as an examiner, was tasked with forwarding the reports of those seeking to study under Director Shaw. She submitted Angela Smith's report promptly. Angela's interview, despite her bravado, had been superficial and lacking in substance. Director Shaw, Tina knew, wouldn't be impressed. But Angela had claimed to have already secured his favor, so Tina sent the report to avoid any awkward questions from Director Shaw. Lisa Black's report, however. Tina hesitated. She glanced at the other 3 examiners, a subtle smirk playing on her lips. She could delay submitting Lisa's report for a few crucial minutes. When Director Shaw finalized his selections, Tina would discover Lisa's file, presenting it as an oversight. Director Shaw, focused on his chosen candidates, would likely dismiss it, and Lisa's hopes would be dashed. Tina's gaze shifted to Angela's report again. She shook her head, a hint of disdain in her eyes. Outside the interview rooms, I had finished my calls and was slowly walking towards the exit, eager to escape the sterile atmosphere. The door to the interview room swung open, and a staff member emerged, his voice booming across the waiting area. The admission results are ready. A wave of anticipation rippled through the gathered candidates. William Lewis, the staff member, announced, his voice clear and authoritative. Dr. Sullivan has accepted your application. Yes. A young man leaped to his feet, his face alight with joy. Some students celebrated their dreams realized, while others struggled to conceal their crushing disappointment. Lisa, her face pale with anxiety, clenched her fists and strained her neck, her gaze fixed on the door, desperately hoping to hear her name. Next to her, Angela, her confidence unwavering, smirked. All that straining won't make a difference, Lisa. Then, the staff member emerged again, holding a clipboard with a list of names. Next up is the admission list for those applying under Dr. Shaw. The 5 successful candidates are... Director Shaw, Angela thought, her heart pounding with excitement. She sat up straight, her smile wide and triumphant. The staff member methodically read out 4 names. Then he paused, a slight hesitation in his voice, before continuing. And the last candidate is... Zach Lee. Angela's jaw dropped. Her triumphant smile froze on her face, then slowly morphed into an expression of utter disbelief. What name did you call? She demanded, her voice shrill and accusatory. Are you sure you didn't make a mistake? A young man jumped to his feet, his face flushed with surprise and relief. "That's me. When I sent Director Shaw an email, he only replied, 'Received.'" "I thought he hadn't even noticed my application," he explained, his voice trembling with emotion. Amidst the young man's celebration, the staff member looked at Angela, his expression apologetic. "I'm sorry, Miss Smith. These are the candidates Director Shaw selected." Angela's face contorted with rage and humiliation. Just then, the staff member's voice rang out again, breaking the tense silence. "Wait a minute. There's one more candidate who's been accepted." Tina York, her face flushed with a strange mixture of triumph and defiance, stepped forward. "Dr. Athena has decided to accept a student." The hallway fell silent. All eyes turned to Tina, their expressions a mixture of shock and disbelief. Athena? The name hung in the air, a legend whispered among the medical students. "And the student is..." The staff member paused for dramatic effect, then announced, "Lisa Black." A wave of astonishment swept through the room. Angela's carefully constructed world, her arrogant certainty, crumbled before her eyes. What will be the fallout of this unexpected turn of events? How will Angela react to this public defeat? And what secrets will be unearthed as I delve deeper into Lisa's research? Secrets that might connect to the very dangers I've been trying to escape.